What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Movie Mob Podcast. My name is Nick. I'm joined here in studio by my good friend Matt Sampson.
What's going on, man?
We're sitting really close today.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Things are happening.
Next week, you can sit on my lap.
Hey now.
There you go. Joining us behind the computers is our lovely producer, Josh.
How's it going?
Good to see you.
There he
Thanks
is.
for being here. And live from Gotham City is the one, the only, RJ Carreri. RJ, thanks for being here.
Yeah, no problem. They're shooting Batman at the end of the year. It's official, so it's looking good in Gotham.
Finally.
Right. Well, lots going on. Movie Mob, just a little quick update here. Movie Mob is every Friday, 6 p.m. Make sure you like this video and subscribe. We got a lot of big topics. If you like things like movie news and TV and Hollywood drama, stuff like that, give us a subscription. Right? Is that the way
Can I get an amen?
But
Can
no
I get a-
subscription fee.
Can I get an
Right.
amen?
No, there's no fee. There's no fee. But we're
fee, it's
filmmakers,
free.
and we need the YouTube ad revenue in order to make films.
That's
and
right. Hit
stuff
that
like
subscribe.
Hit the subscribe button so I can employ Matt full time.
Yeah, please.
Or we'll do porn.
Yeah,
We'll do
right.
anything. I mean, listen,
Right.
I can and will be bought. I have a number.
Yeah,
So just
You know
keep
what,
that in
Matt?
mind.
Unless you're honest.
that's super.
Yeah.
You know what else is super? Fantastic Four: Final Steps. The official teaser trailer just dropped, and it releases in theaters on July 25th. Stars Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and another guy.
Yeah.
What's Ebon?
Yeah.
The cousin from The Bear. Have you seen The Bear?
Yeah, but how do you say his name?
Randy Moss.
I think it's Ebon Moss-Bachrach.
Sure. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
There
It's
you go.
directed by Matt Shakman, and he did WandaVision, which I don't know if you.
I did actually watch WandaVision.
No, did you enjoy?
I enjoyed it.
I actually, believe it or not, I did.
RJ says he enjoyed it too, which is good.
Yeah.
When it came out, I thought there was still hope for the MCU.
Yeah, no, that was kind of at the very, very end towards like when I was still into the MCU. It was one of the last things I actually enjoyed.
Yeah, no, I WandaVision. I heard a lot of good things.
No,
I
it was
like the
good.
first episode, the 50s, the
Yeah.
sitcom style, whatever stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it didn't feel, honestly, why I like WandaVision, it didn't feel like a kind of superhero. It was very different. It was kind of off the beaten path. It didn't feel like the same cookie cutter Marvel bullshit. It was different. And like you said, it was kind of the 50s aesthetic. So it was actually like kind of like a, kind
Happy
of,
days.
yeah, it was kind of unique kind of concept. So yeah, I really liked that part of it.
Yeah, that's good.
Like I
shit.
also kind of felt that way about this trailer, to be honest. Like I will say it does kind of look a lot better than recent Marvel movies have. Like it's got that 70s
Yes.
aesthetic.
Absolutely.
The
Agree.
cinematography, it looks like they actually did some lighting,
Mhm.
which really hasn't been the case. If you look at the new Captain America trailer, it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, so
Totally.
I'm happy about that. I think Matt Shakman, like you said, Nick, he brought that. He's perfect for that old school aesthetic. So I like the way it looked.
No, RJ, I agree. Honestly, just the trailer looked great. It's a really cool trailer. Like RJ said, it looked cool. It's kind of like you're going for the whole 50s thing. It's just a shame this didn't come out 10 years ago, like when I still cared about the
I
MCU.
agree.
Like it's just, I'm not to be Mr. Negative here, but like that's what I'm gonna be, because I think it does look really cool, and like everyone loves the Fantastic Four. I just think it's like 10 years, whatever, too late, because I think everyone's just so sick of Marvel and just so disconnected and just so out. Unless you're literally like a die-hard comic book, you know what I mean? Like every fucking movie, every drop, every show.
Agreed. Here, real quick, Josh, turn my headphones down, please. My headphones. Turn them down just a little bit. He's blasting me out even more. Speak, say something.
Yeah.
Oh, turn him up a little bit.
How's that?
Yeah, that's perfect. Leave
Okay.
him right there. He was fucking blasting me
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
in the middle.
I'll be blasting you later. Don't worry.
blasted.
All right.
Oh,
Finger blasting
there
your
it
ass.
is.
Hey now, right on your face. All right, no, this no, it's a good looking trailer. All right, listen, the trailer looks good, but no one gives a shit about Marvel anymore. Okay, Fantastic Four, we all love them. Growing up, those were cool movies. It looks good. No one gives a shit. Marvel. RJ? What do you think?
I would be more excited for this, honestly, if they said this was a reboot. Like
Yeah,
they were
me too,
starting
man.
from scratch.
Kind of like DC.
Interesting.
Because I think, like you said, like WandaVision, we all liked. That was right after Endgame. And for a minute there, I was like, oh, wow, they might actually keep the train rolling
Yeah.
here. But then, like, it seems like COVID and then Doctor Strange and all these movies just, like, didn't hit. And then they kind of lost momentum. So I'm with you. I think I think it might be too little too late, but who knows? Nick, I know you're not a huge MCU guy, but
I'm not. I'm really not. But also, I'm watching. We have the trailer playing in the background. RJ,
Sure.
just so we can make sure, so I'm reminded of stuff. And I got to tell you, The Thing, that's his name, right? The big crumbly guy.
That is,
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
Why they make him CGI?
The Thing and the
Human Torch.
No, the little robot, like that first opening part of the trailer there with the thing and the
Wally.
It just kind of looked like a cartoon to me.
I
get that it's CGI and whatever, but it was very uncanny to the point that it looked like it might have been better if it was 2D drawn animation.
That was actually one of my thoughts about the trailer. As good as it looked, I was surprised the Thing was CGI because
it looked like there's a lot of CGI.
Yeah, in the early ones, he wasn't CGI, and honestly, I think he looked better in the ones 20 years ago.
Right.
It always looks better practical.
Yeah, dude, the CGI kind of like takes you out of it. You know,
we have some practical stuff that we'll talk about later.
Yeah,
we got some.
No, I think the Thing being CGI is
I'm
bullshit.
hoping maybe it's they're like not finished with it, and it'll look better. But I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it. And listen, I don't want to say that it looked bad. It looks good, but my God, it was definitely a cartoon. It was animated, and it looked animated. It felt like like Blender 3D or another software that they would use.
I feel like the CGI too, man. Like when everything else is like real, and then you throw in like a CGI character like that,
yeah,
like it stands out so much more. Like, dude, I think the worst CGI I've ever seen in my life was Gladiator 2 when they had those monkeys like hopping around.
Right, it takes you out, especially in that movie when there was so much great practical sets.
All I could think about is what the fuck are these cartoon animated monkeys doing in ancient Rome? You know what I mean? It's like it's stupid. It takes you out of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a cool shot, but yeah, the CGI.
Watch this next one real quick. If you hit 2 cut really quick for RJ,
I just think we're a broken
here,
record
RJ,
in terms.
Look at this.
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
That looks like a cartoon.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Yeah.
And it's not that anything wrong with it, but it's just nothing about this feels.
Well, nothing's real there except the wall behind them.
How are you gonna have those two standing next to like Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby?
Right. That's
you know what I mean. How is that the same?
If that was an animated movie, I'd say that looks great.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not like they like if you think about it, there's definitely a way to make that robot make the eyes spin around and do all that kind of stuff, and green screen, maybe it floats around or something. I just don't understand why they have to CG every.
You know what?
I like it practical too.
Yep.
Watching this without the sound on, I do really. I'm looking forward to it because I do think I think it's probably going to be good. But I think to your point, Matt, like it's like when it's connected to those things, it's like,
dude,
you know,
Marvel is such a bad taste in my mouth right now. And like what they're doing with the timeline and everything and all the connected universe, like I want nothing to do with it. Like not only will I not see it, like I'm actually like, there's like a small part of me that just
you're not even going to see this.
Hope it all ends. The only way, I've not seen the new Captain America. I'm definitely not seeing the Thunderbirds movie. The only way I'll see this is if I trust you. If you see it and you go, oh, dude, this movie's the balls. Like you got to see it. Like unless you tell me, it's awesome. I'm not gonna see it. Like if you go and you say it's like it's okay, I'm not gonna see it.
Jetsons feel to it. You know what
I'm
saying?
It does give the Jetsons feel a little bit.
Yeah.
If Pedro Pascal's car folded up into a briefcase, that would make the whole thing worth it to me. But yeah, I don't know. Not my favorite.
I just think I love that shot. It's coming up here where Pedro Pascal is kind of in center frame and it's a wide shot. I do think there's like stuff like that we haven't been getting. So that alone, and maybe it's like we've been we're so desperate for stuff, we'll take anything at this point. But this shot right here, I really liked.
That's a good one.
I don't know. I mean, I like the cast. We talked a while ago about Pedro Pascal. We kind of thought that he's been in too much.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's going to be great. I still wish they went with someone else. But listen, I'll be there. I'll let you guys know how it is.
No, dude, seriously. If it's good, if you say it's good, I'll go see it, man.
I mean, the Fantastic Four, it's kind of been cursed because they've never truly had a great movie.
Yeah, dude, I like the first one, like the original with Jessica Alba.
Yeah, those were fun. That good early 2000s vibe.
I will say for like real hardcore comic book fans, I guess it is kind of cool. They have, Fantastic Four, and now they're going to be making like X-Men in the universe. Like for real hardcore. But like for me, like it's just kind of like a little too late,
RJ, a few weeks back we bitched about the Superman movie, the trailer released, or the teaser for the trailer released, and there was a grading issue and stuff like that. Why can't we bring back Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, that look to superhero movies?
Those were those are
This
like the
just
OGs.
it just
Those are
feels
the
like I
best
did
movies, bro.
like 5 to 7 grams of shrooms before I started. Like everything has a weird filter over it, and it's like I don't understand.
I also think that's because Marvel's become a machine. You know what I'm saying? Where there's a formula to it.
That's true.
But I also think like a guy like Sam Raimi, I will say about, I wasn't a huge fan of Doctor Strange 2, but when the fact that Sam Raimi directed that, you could see his style. He brought his unique style like he did to those Spider-Man movies. So I think that's it too, is like these movies are better when they hire a director that actually has a vision and they're not just someone who's filling a role so that Kevin Feige and the executives can say, do it this way.
Dude, the best thing they did was when they hired Taika Waititi and he did Thor Ragnarok. He literally he saved Thor, saved that character, saved that franchise. And like you said, RJ, you know, he's an outside guy, his own vision, own creative kind of perspective outside of, you know, the usual Marvel formula. So no, I definitely agree with that.
Interesting.
Versus the Russo brothers who, listen, I love the, you know, Infinity War and Endgame and Captain America, but they very much like filled a role, I think, there. And that's why they're coming back, right? Because to be honest, Marvel's definitely desperate and they need this next Avengers movie to hit. So they brought back the guys who made the last ones.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
I guess when it comes to movies, RJ, I just really kind of wish that we could go back in time. And this next topic goes all the way back in time.
Oh, hey now.
Yeah.
It's a good transition.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I got to thank you in there. That was good.
That was good.
It's Jurassic.
Oh, that was good too.
Yeah. Jurassic. I'm not going to include that in there.
Oh, hey now.
Jurassic World Rebirth. The official trailer dropped. It releases on July 2nd, directed by Gareth Edwards, who did Rogue One, Godzilla, and the Creator. Written by David, is it Kep? David or Cope?
Yeah, I think it's Kep.
Okay. Starring ScarJo, Jonathan Bailey, and Mahershala Ali. And it takes place 5 years after the events of Jurassic World Dominion, which came out in 2022. RJ, how'd you feel about the trailer?
So there are things I like. There are things I don't like. First off, this is kind of similar to Fantastic Four. I wish this was a reboot. I wish they didn't connect this to that previous trilogy they just did with Chris Pratt. Because I had only seen the first one and it was all right. But I've heard, you know, the second one, the other two didn't really appeal to me. So the fact that this is taking place in that same thing is a bit disappointing. I kind of wish they scrapped it. Good cast. That's good. I'm glad we're seeing Mahershala Ali. He's kind of like disappeared off the planet. He's great.
Well, now
it's
he's
good
back.
that they have David Kep coming back. Right. He co-wrote the original Jurassic Park. That's good. And Gareth Edwards, I think, is a great director. I think he's great with visual stuff. Like, I haven't seen The Creator, but it looks great visually. Godzilla looked great visually. Rogue One was obviously the best of the Disney Star Wars movies. I think we all agree. So I think those are all good, but it's kind of the CGI thing, man. Right? I mean, like the original Jurassic Park was so good because of the practical stuff.
Right.
And when all these dinosaurs are CGI and the sets are CGI, you know, you kind of lose me a bit.
I'm not gonna lie, RJ. I agree with what you said. I don't think though, like this movie, I don't think you can like even compare it to the original Jurassic Parks. You know, like in the '90s. I think you just gotta take this just for like, don't even try not to even think about those ones. You know, because like to me, what this is a popcorn and slushy movie. This is an extra large slushy, extra large popcorn. Get all that liquid butter, extra salt, extra everything. And you just go into the movie and you don't expect anything and you just kick your feet up and you mow down and you feel like a bum and you just watch dinosaurs and you watch Scarlett Johansson run around and you just kind of take it for what it is. I feel like you really can't expect too much for like a great narrative, great, you know. I think you go in, you eat a bunch of popcorn and then just you have a fun time. I think that's what this movie is.
Yeah, I feel like
You're right.
I don't necessarily disagree with you, but I do feel like movies in general have been a lot of that recently.
Oh, yeah.
We've had a lot of, oh, don't worry about the story. Oh, don't worry. It's just a action movie. It's a whatever. Just go in and take it on the chin.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, how many times can you do the dinosaurs are out thing?
I know.
Apparently like 7 times. You know, it's a lot.
Apparently quite a bit. Apparently quite a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, RJ? Looking forward to it or no?
You know what would have been, I think, you know what would have got me
I'm not at
excited
all.
for this? It probably would have never happened. It's It's kind of a been there, done that thing. But if Spielberg came back and said, "I got one more in me,"
Yeah, that would be
that would have been
nice.
cool.
Dude, how many fucking
But-
how many is it? Which one is this? Like, how many Jurassic Parks are there now?
Well, there were three. There were three, the original three. Then there were the new three, and so this would be 7.
I mean, what am I gonna look in the 7th movie
Yeah.
that they haven't done in the previous 6? You know,
Right.
Is there a new dinosaur cut?
Right.
Like, what's the draw? For me, the only reason I would go see this movie is just to watch Scarlett Johansson just be on screen, for 2 hours.
But I got to be honest, she's not what she used to be.
Oh well, that's.
Hey, listen.
Come on, man.
Speaking
being
from
honest here. I mean-
experience, RJ, we all get older.
Yeah,
Okay.
age gets us all. I'm not holding it against
Oh,
you.
but
It comes for
You
everybody.
know?
And let me tell you, handsome, it's coming for you too.
Yeah, that's right. Fucko.
They should have put Sydney Sweeney in this.
Oh,
All right. I don't think the world needs any more of her. We've seen plenty of her, especially after she played that nun in that thing.
Oh,
the
jeez.
pregnant nun,
I
whatever.
didn't watch
Son,
that.
Euphoria season 3 starts shooting soon.
Yeah, great.
Well, we're reviewing it.
It's only
talk about
it's only
too
been
little,
7
too late
years.
for that.
Movie
Yeah.
5 years, but 5 years.
Yeah, exactly.
What are they? They're all 40 now.
All right, let's relax. Come on.
Yeah.
man.
Now we have the chick from Challengers who's gonna go back and play a teenager again. There you go.
Drew.
Hey, her name's Zendaya.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
can always play a teenager though. She just kind of looks like that.
I don't know, RJ. I wish there was something different. I wish we could.
That'd be
I wish
cool,
we
huh?
could go on like some kind of a exuberant journey together.
Maybe
you know?
like an old novel.
Yeah, I'm just
Oh,
I'm
story.
looking for
An old story.
an
I love
Odyssey.
Oh,
You like that?
Yeah.
I knew where you were going.
No.
I got you with the assist.
Yeah, you
Rondo.
did. You did. It was a layup. I got fouled, and then you came
There it
back.
is. And one.
It was nice. Appreciate it.
Oh.
RJ, we have a first
Mm-hmm.
look at the Odyssey, and my worst fears have been confirmed. But, not going to
Really?
lie, it looked all right.
Oh,
It didn't look bad.
okay.
It didn't look bad.
All right.
I'm actually more angry that I think it didn't look bad than the fact that it is what it is. Does that make
okay.
sense?
Yeah.
Matt Damon starring
Mhm.
as Odysseus in the Odyssey. There's a picture that came out. There's a lot of pictures that have been coming out with the set photos and all the stuff.
Yeah,
that,
most
the
of those are
Trojan
weeks ago.
horse and all
Yeah,
that
A
crap.
little foreplay,
Yeah. Mia Goth and Corey Hawkins have joined the cast as well. The Cyclops. Now this,
Those names sound familiar.
you know what? I bitched and complained that Matt Damon was going to be the star of this show.
Oh, wow.
Star of it, whatever.
Mhm.
I have now rescinded my complaining. I'll see Matt Damon and I'll raise you a giant giant practical, Cyclops. I like that. That's what he's
they're doing a
doing.
practical
Yeah.
Cyclops?
Practical puppet
Yeah,
Cyclops.
Okay, that's huge.
Huge.
Because all that bullshit we just bitched about in the Fantastic Four movie, he'll have none of it. Nolan will have none of it.
I know.
Oh, dude, that's actually huge. That's going to add so much, too. Because
You
you
know
can't
what's
have
sick
the
about
Odyssey.
this too is
Fucking CGI. Would it make sense?
well, I was gonna say they're constructing it inside this ancient cave. It's called Nestor's Cave in Greece. And I guess what it used to be was it used to house like the cattle and like horses.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't allowed any animals in there since. And they're letting Nolan like put horses and stuff in it.
That's awesome.
So they're letting them go.
Dude, only Nolan.
Wow.
Right.
Dude, I will say, like, I just started
Well, what's
laughing when RJ, when you sent the picture of Damon in like the Trojan costume.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's hard for me to like take him serious. Like,
Well,
I
and
just look
that's
and
the
it's like Matt
problem,
Damon. You know
right?
what I
That's
mean?
my issue. RJ, I want to hear what you have to say,
Yeah.
but like that's my whole issue. Is
Yeah.
like it's going to be Goodwill Hunting in
It's hard.
in a Trojan condom. in a Trojan outfit.
I'm just like sick of Matt Damon. Like, kind of like RJ said, I feel like he's just kind of melted in the last half decade.
Yeah, he's done for, dude.
Like, I love, Jason Bourne, those movies, Good Will Hunting, but like the last 10 years, I'm just kind of, I'm all set.
I
But
just think he should it never works when he's in these period pieces.
yeah,
I know.
I mean, he was fine in Oppenheimer, but he was fine. You know, what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
what it is too, right? Like he was okay.
Yeah,
He did a good job. He said
Yeah.
his lines.
yeah.
You can't have an okay guy in this.
Yeah, when I look back at
Right.
Oppenheimer, I mean, he's maybe the 40th thing, like I remember from that movie. You know what I mean? He's so far down the line, and
I mean, he was also a very small role in
yeah,
Oppenheimer.
this is a big role. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I'm sure he'll be fine. But it would have been, I agree with you guys. It would have been cool to see maybe somebody else in that
I
role.
don't know. I don't know if he'll be fine.
What about Brad Pitt?
I've seen-
Instead. I know
he
he's
already
been,
played Achilles.
all right. Yeah, exactly. Right. Like, and I feel like I don't
Yeah.
know, Brad. I I like Brad Pitt better too.
I would have said Liam Neeson just did a rendition of this.
Yeah.
Why
Liam
not
Neeson's
use
good,
Liam
too.
Neeson?
No, Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah.
That was the next name out of my mouth.
Voldemort.
Why not like a Ralph Fiennes or that kid? He's in Lucius Malfoy. He's in White Lotus, which we'll talk about later. Stick around. But he would have been good in that too. I think in that role. Or,
I think those guys are too old though, even older than Damon.
But
a bunch of guys. Yeah, it's a bunch of guys.
It's
Oscar
acting.
Isaac.
It's fake. None of it's real. And look at
I know, but it's supposed to take place over like 30 years, I think.
Okay. All right.
Logistics.
You know?
I would have rather seen Samson as Odysseus.
Oh, thanks, man.
Personally, but
yeah, I would have liked that too.
He would have been good.
Yeah.
I do. So I think if you're looking at this picture, I think objectively though, he looks good. Like he looks cool in the costume. I get that it's Matt Damon. So like putting that aside, I think it looks good. I will say the costume, I'm a little upset. Like it's completely inaccurate, like to what the times. Like I don't know why Hollywood loves those. I don't know what you call it, the feathered helmets.
Yeah,
the Spartan like wasn't a thing at this time period. Wear. They just love it.
So that's why I said Matt Sampson should play the role, because that's what Odysseus looks like in all of the drawings of him.
Dude, how about Aaron Taylor Johnson? You know.
RJ, can you see that image?
Like he's a little younger.
Yeah,
but...
I can see it.
So like that's what it's supposed to look like. Now go over and click the one of Matt Damon. Any one of Matt Damon.
Oscar Isaac. You know.
It's a little
with the beard though, it's not too bad. I will say.
I get it, but no, RJ. First of all, fuck off. I was agreeing with you, you cock. I was agreeing with the feather in the hat thing. That's what I was saying. It's like it's a little. Well,
that's
much.
What see on the far left there.
Click it.
That's what it's supposed to look. That's what the helmets look like back then.
Okay, except that the helmet doesn't look like that.
I know, but that's just upsetting to me. I don't know. It's
it's upsetting to me too. It's not accurate.
Try to be accurate.
Yeah, I don't understand why. Yeah,
I'm happy about Cyclops. So
let's be honest here. Those helmets, RJ, that Matt Damon's wearing, they probably had 700 of them from when they filmed Gladiator, the first movie, back in a warehouse somewhere, and they said, "Throw this on your head, you fucking."
Yeah, we got to cut. We got to save
cool.
somewhere.
I'm not saying they don't look cool. You know.
I know, but if you're gonna do a period piece, if you're gonna go to the lengths of having a practical Trojan horse and a practical puppet Cyclops 6 meters high,
right?
Why wouldn't you take the 5 extra seconds to make a helmet like this? I just don't understand.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll say this though.
I guess the one.
Yeah. No. Go ahead, RJ.
No. Go.
No, I was gonna say. I'll say this for Nolan. Like, good for Nolan. We literally just found out about this movie, right? We're already getting images. RJ's talking about the cave that he's raising horses in. The Batman too. No news, no nothing for the Batman too.
True.
Nolan's on it. You know, I feel like he's gonna, like, when he says he's gonna release it, he's gonna release it. Like, I feel like we don't have to worry about Nolan. Like, he's on his shit. You know,
Josh, look up the Trojan horse set photo too, because that was cool.
Who else is in this?
We've had a lot of leaks though, from the set.
Oh, I'm off the. I don't see that.
Oh, Matt, by the way, so Corey Hawkins, the other two.
Yeah, those are familiar names.
Where is that? Look up Christopher Nolan.
Look up Corey Hawkins.
Corey Hawkins played Dr. Dre.
No way.
Yeah,
I know him.
There you go. Yeah, so that's sick. So we're gonna see the Trojan War, which is cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, that's sick.
Looking at Mia Goth.
That's the that's a practical Trojan horse.
Oh, interesting.
It's cool stuff, man.
Look at the scale they're building all those columns.
I know, it's insane. It's insane.
She was an X. Yeah. I see.
And it's a standing horse too.
Yeah, she was.
Normally in when you hear about the Trojan horse thing, you think of a horse standing on all 4 legs. This horse is standing up on its hind legs.
I like that.
Very interesting.
Assuming the position.
I mean, I think 95% of people aren't going to give a shit about whether the costumes are historically accurate. But and he's probably from Nolan. He's probably taken the Ridley Scott route where he's like, I don't give a shit if it's accurate. As long as it looked cool on camera.
Maybe.
Which, I mean, some people care more. Like, personally, I would do it differently, but
right.
As long as the story's good and the acting's good, whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm down for it. I think everything we've been hearing so far.
It is a mythology, right? So
yeah. So in this world, in Nolan's world, it looks as though they've changed it up a little bit, which is good.
Yeah,
dude,
but I will say, to answer to maybe quell some of your fears. about like Damon in the lead. A lot of people have been saying that it might be a co-lead thing where Tom Holland, it's kind of like following the both of them at the same time, and Colin, I'm assuming he's playing Telemachus, Odysseus's son.
What'd you call me?
So
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah,
I
mean, would that make you feel better?
For me, it would. I actually, believe it or not, like I know everyone's kind of Tom Holland. Like I'm actually kind of like excited to see what Tom Holland can do.
Me too.
I've literally only
agree.
seen him in Spider-Man,
Yep.
and I like him as Spider-Man. Like I think he plays that role very well. Teenager Peter Parker kind of, So I'm excited to see what he can do here. And I think, I don't know. I like him. I think he's a pretty good actor just from those movies. So
Yeah.
I would like that.
I'm a Tom
Versus
Holland fan.
Matt Damon, we've seen so much.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. No,
No,
I
I'd like
don't
it.
disagree. What do you think? We can talk about White Lotus or what?
I think we could talk about White Lotus.
Are you gonna stay?
I'll let you guys. I'll let you guys. I'll let you. I don't want to.
You're gonna stay?
No, I'll stay. I'll stay.
You better stay.
Yeah. I just.
Oh, you didn't watch
You
it?
didn't
I
fucking
didn't know. I didn't know.
watch
I didn't know if we were gonna be
it.
talking about it, so I didn't watch it.
I almost didn't watch it because Ali has been gone, but I did. I did it last night.
I watched it this morning.
Well, I don't want to.
Can you really
is
spoil
there
it?
much to spoil?
No, I mean it's basically so White Lotus dropped on Sunday. We've been talking about it for months. We're very excited. Walton Goggins and a whole slew of other people are in this, which I love. I think it's great. The lady, the masseuse from season 1 is back.
I saw her in the trailer. Yep.
Yep. And Schwarzenegger, the what's his name there? Can you pull up the
Arnold?
cast for White Lotus season 3, please?
He's
There
good.
we go.
Masseuse.
Belinda Lindsay, Natasha Rothwell is returning to White Lotus season 3, and they are in Thailand. Thigh.
There it is.
Big old thigh.
There it is.
Big old on this bitch.
All right.
Big old. This will all be cut out. Okay, so all right. So apparently the masseuse from season 1 has been offered to be part of a program where she's training to probably, I think, RJ, it's to learn like more techniques, right? That's what we're assuming.
Yeah. She's a masseuse, right?
Right. Her son opens the show, who actually hasn't been introduced yet, because they always start White Lotus seasons with the flashback or the flash forward to
Yeah.
the
I didn't
death.
even connect that
The
was her
first scene.
son. That makes a lot of
He
sense.
said, I'm looking for my mom, and he's in the middle of doing some meditation or something, and he hears gunshots, and then he says, my mom's out there, I gotta go, blah, blah, blah. And then later she says, my son's visiting this week. I think that the location is fantastic. I also wrote notes, RJ. I said, new intro song.
Yeah, I was gonna say this
Oh,
is
they got a new
huge.
song?
New intro
Yeah,
song.
they changed it.
Oh, wow.
I don't know
kinda
what
like the
they're
old-
doing.
I kind of like the old one.
Everybody did. It became
Well, I
was
like
that
the
quite a
idea
meme.
that they changed the like vibe of it, but it was always the same melody.
It was like an
But
iconic.
now
kinda,
they changed. Yeah,
very, very memorable. Like you heard that, you like White Lotus.
right.
bad move.
Yeah.
Bad move.
Yeah, Walton Goggins seems to be some sort of antagonist, and his
perfect for him.
British wife is in there. But there is a family that is like a Southern family with a dad who's working, and Patrick Schwarzenegger plays Saxon Ratliff.
It's just a douchebag name.
Now, can you scroll a little bit,
dude,
Josh?
he is a douchebag.
Dude,
Saxon Ratliff is a douchebag
Yeah.
name.
yeah. We've already seen the pee-pee. We saw a pee-pee in this episode.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of cock in this show.
Yeah, there is.
Remember season 1.
And then there's a sister, and then there's this younger kid.
This guy,
Yeah, who?
little
But so I don't
guy's
understand
trouble.
the dynamic here, because these 3 are siblings apparently, but the oldest sibling, the boy, has some weird like sexual advances, RJ, toward the younger boy.
oh,
I'm not sure like why that's going on. Obviously, it's only the first episode, and
I definitely think the younger brother's gay, right?
I don't think so. I think he's quirky. I think he's just
No,
quiet.
but remember he said it. There's that scene at the dinner table where he's like, "I have a big announcement," and then it's kind of awkward, and he was like, "Oh, that like I forget what he said, but I thought maybe he was gonna, you know."
Mm.
And I think the sister knows that he's gay.
Right.
I'm
But
wondering
why
if she's
is
the only one that knows.
But why is the older brother saying, the only thing that's going to be difficult about rooming with you is jerking off right next to you or something like that. And then he says, I'll go in the
I
bathroom,
think
and he
they're just
walks in.
bizarre.
Yeah, they're a fucking weird family, man. Like, they are absolutely weird. I feel like the younger... Okay, so early season, first episode predictions. Can we predict who does the shooting? I think it's going to be this
Walton
kid.
Goggins.
See, I feel like they want us to think that. I think it's going to be this kid.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Well, I will say, I think Walton Goggins is like a hitman or something, because he's searching for the husband of that woman,
She's great.
and she kind of said, when his girlfriend says, "I want to go to Australia," he says, "I can't go to Australia." I'm wondering if he's kind of a mercenary type figure, or like a gun for hire.
Right.
But
Interesting.
I don't know.
Well, listen, it might be able to be his gun, but if that older brother keeps making unwanted advances, I could see someone, the young kid, getting upset, and it looks like Sam Reed.
Oh my gosh.
Getting upset and just blowing everybody up.
I could listen. Stay on
Oh my
Sam's good
God.
side. You know?
Yeah, Sam Reed's great.
We love Sam.
We do love
We love
Sam.
him dearly.
God, I will
What's
say
up, Sam?
that one. I think all the characters are great, as weird as they are. I think that's the best part of the show, right? Is they're all kind of bizarre.
Yeah,
and
it's
they're
definitely
written
the
so
point.
well.
Sure.
But the three girls, God Almighty, there was that one scene
The
where
wait,
the three of them were
wait.
like
The older.
complimenting each other.
Hold on. You mean the older women?
Yeah, the three women on the girls' trip.
Yeah. Yep.
I just wanted to blow my brains out that entire. It was awful. Like not in a writing way, just them. Like how fake they were
To each other.
Like, oh, I hated it. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And
Now, welcome to my life. Now you're seeing what I see.
I hope they all get.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. They're all fake to each other. It's horrible. There's a lot of. I would say there's a lot more tension right off the bat in this season than previous seasons.
I like that.
Previous White Lotus seasons, the family units, Michael Imperioli, him and his son have issues because he cheated on his wife, which is obviously the son's mother. No problem. Okay, that makes sense. But they're still a family. They still acted like a family.
Together.
They still acted like, you know what I mean?
They're trying.
What's it called? There was obviously an awkward dynamic between Jennifer Coolidge and the assistant, because she was the assistant. She wasn't related, so that was awkward.
I love this show, dude.
We also, RJ, I don't know if you noticed this, but in White Lotus season 2, Jennifer Coolidge is married to Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, we're gonna spoil this.
Well,
For Matt.
when Walton Goggins' wife is sitting at the bar and starts talking to another woman who says that she's here with her husband, and the camera cuts to her table, and the table shows Uncle Rico is back. So,
Okay. No, that's fine.
3 seasons. He's the
That's
only
the one.
guy for 3 seasons.
he's the only one who's returned 3 seasons in a row. I find that very interesting.
He's kind of a prick.
And I also find it interesting that they would go through all of that stuff at season 2, and he'd go back to another White Lotus to keep looking. Now that all of his husband is dead, all of those people were on the boat from season 2 are dead.
Yeah, the gays.
The gays are dead.
Wait, was he gay?
Yeah, that was his husband, was the main guy, and he would marry.
Oh, right.
He would
Forgot
marry
about
rich
that.
women, who then he would say, I have to go back to Colorado, and then the gays would kill her and get her money
Oh,
because
right,
they
right,
were
right.
married, so all of the money would go to them, and so on and so on.
Dude, he's definitely. I feel like he'll die at the end then.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of them are going to. There's a lot in the first 5 minutes of the episode. Like, you definitely have a ton of gunshots go off,
That's
and
awesome.
there's a floating, there's always a floating body. There's always
That's
a
their
floating
thing. That's the White Lotus.
floating
Bodies
face
float.
down body. I always think that's very interesting. But I don't know how many people are going to die, but I think that it's going to be a very interesting season.
Was it a good first episode? Like, did you guys leave? Did you leave
it was
and
great. I thought it
say
was
to
great.
yourself, we're back?
Oh yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
good.
So I'm very enthralled by it. I hate the characters, but
But you want to. They want you to hate them.
yes, you're
Yeah.
supposed to hate them this time
Good.
around. I actually really liked the employees of the White Lotus.
of course, the staff.
Mhm.
The staff was really good. Mook is the
She is.
name of
Yeah.
this lady, and she's the one that gets the ride from the moped in the beginning of the episode,
From
right?
the
RJ?
other kid. Yeah. The
Yeah.
gate guy.
Yeah.
I will say, who do you think? Because this is obviously the first episode. That's why we can't spoil much, right? Because it's
Well,
just
we can
kind of
talk about it as
character
much as we want to. It's all predictions. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So, what was I going to say? Yeah, who do you think the character is that you root for? Because I feel like every season there's always one character. I feel like last season it was the blonde girl who was the assistant.
I don't like her.
I feel like she was the one likable character.
You liked her?
Well, I don't know.
I thought she was fucking annoying.
Not likable, but she's kind of like morally sound.
Okay.
I feel like Lucia.
She kind of.
You get what I'm saying?
I'll say this: she called out the BS as it was happening. She would say, "Why?
Yes.
Why are we doing this? What the hell's going on here?" There was a lot of
and
that.
I don't know who that is this season.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Well, this guy.
Yeah, that's the guy that picks her up in the moped. Yeah, I like. I don't know.
More to unfold. A little early. See, episode 1.
It's a little early. I'm kind of rooting for Walton Goggins because he's kind of acting, at least in this first episode, he's acting like me when I'm upset about something. He's kind of like pouting and stomping around and just there's a lot of that.
He's pretty funny.
He is very funny.
Yeah.
And he's being a little bit of a prima donna in this first episode. Fabian, the hotel manager.
Oh, this guy, I can already tell just from that picture.
He is. They always pick the biggest fucking idiot.
I was going to say, this guy,
manager.
just from that picture, I could tell this guy.
He's so dumb.
His scenes are going to be funny. I can't wait to watch.
RJ, what'd you think of Valentin, the health mentor from Russia that everybody picks because he's attractive, which I thought was a great
a weird face. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I don't think that he's
kind of a weird looking dude, right?
Yeah, well, when you put a shirt on him and then all of a sudden you have to look at the face and you go, oh, wow, yeah, it's weird looking dude. Shirt off, you go.
What did I think of him, though?
When he takes his shirt off, you go, he has a face? I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not rooting for Valentin. I'm just saying. The hotel has no Wi-Fi. They encourage guests to not use their phones or computers or technology. That's the son of the black lady, Zion.
I see.
His name is Zion.
Zion Williamson.
Yep.
All right.
Zion Lindsay.
I mean, now we're just speculating out the ass here, but they did.
How could we not? How
could
could we do anything else? Only one episode came out.
That this guy, they said he's Russian, right?
Yeah, no, they said he's from Russia. That's what they said.
I'm wondering though, could they go into like a little Russian mob? So, you know what I'm saying? I'm wondering if there's going to be some like Goggins is there looking for there's a lot of money going around. There's a lot of money in Thailand.
Sure.
A lot of rich people go there.
The other thing, RJ, the other thing that I thought was an interesting little Easter egg, because now when you watch the show, you have to listen to every word that's being said. So the fruit, I wrote down, fruit of the poisonous tree. There's a scene where Saxon, I think it is, the older brother with the weird sexual proclivities. He picks up the fruit that fell on the ground. He said, "Oh, this is it's like a coconut or something." And she said, "Actually, it's a pong fruit or whatever the fuck it's called. And it's very poisonous and it'll kill you." And I thought that was interesting. It's very Adam and Eve kind of
setting that up.
The fruit of the I thought that was interesting. So
fruit of the loom.
Yeah, fruit of the loom. A bunch of grapes running around. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's great. I'm very excited to watch the rest of the season. And as the season unfolds, you'll see me. I guarantee you'll see me get upset about some things and be happy about some other things.
And that's part of the fun. That's part of the ride.
Yeah, it is. Go ahead, RJ.
Nick. I think you brought this up at some point before about how much the intro kind of leads you into what the season's about. Remember, you said in season 2 they focused a lot on the statues in the rooms. I feel like for this season, based on the intro and the episode, it's the monkeys and the trees. Would you agree with me there?
Yeah, the monkeys, the fruit, the
they're
trees.
Like always watching.
Yeah. Well, and I think what Mike White does really well with this series is he it's very clear, it's obvious that he does a ton of research about these different countries, and he digs deep, man. Like that Sicilian stuff from season 2, that's some old lore stuff,
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's very interesting. I love the cast. I love the characters. I think it's all going to be great.
The location's always great. Like you said, great cast, great characters. I think you guys said it. We're back,
We're back.
One final note, too. I was going to say, I don't know if you remember back when they announced the season and stuff about Thailand, there was like a rumor that Jennifer Coolidge, I think it's Thai,
right above Shinville. Good.
I remember there was a rumor that Jennifer Coolidge would be in this season as like a spirit,
Oh,
and they are leaning heavily into the. Wasn't there a line that said
Michelle
when the
Hunt,
girl is walking to
Rico.
the statue, and
Yeah.
he said there's spirits everywhere. People in Thailand believe the spirits are all around us.
Okay, so that's
So I'm
one.
curious if-
Then on the second
Yeah.
thing, you have her husband who killed her or had her killed. That's
Yep.
2. Then, if you remember, it was Jennifer Coolidge's character in season 1 who told the black lady that she should be a masseuse and open her own business. So there's
yeah.
a lot of stuff. And then on top of that, when Jennifer Coolidge dies in the end of season 2, how does she die? And what happens to her body right after she's dead? She's floating
Water.
in the water. I think I think that there's a lot of coincidences or similarities or tie-ins or whatever it is, and I don't mind it. I'm here for it. I'm here for every
that's cool.
every second of it.
That's right.
Well, that's it. I think that's it. That's all we got for today. Next week we'll be talking about obviously White Lotus episode 2, and we're gonna jump in, and Matt's gonna catch up in between.
Yeah, I'm
now
gonna watch.
and
I'm gonna
next
watch
week.
both episodes.
We're gonna have lots of.
You're on break. You got it.
All right, hey.
Lots of good movie news for you coming up. Matt, thanks for coming in again. I appreciate it. RJ, thank you
Thanks,
for joining us.
Thank you.
And
for
Josh,
having
thanks for producing and doing a great job. We appreciate you. These quick hitter episodes, these are good.
Hit them with a quick one. No, I like it. In and out. You know what I mean?
In and out.
We don't get all day. You get a few
Yes.
pumps. Let's get this shit going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in and we're out.
That's
Movie
right.
Mob is every Friday, 6 p.m. on the Wilco Media YouTube channel. Make sure you like this video and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Or don't. You can fuck right off. I couldn't really
It's fine.
care less.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and we got
It's
the
your
Nick
world.
Williams show on Mondays. Yeah, thanks very much, everybody. RJ, take it away.
How you doing?